uh, I put it out with the hose. Lucky I was in there at the time. I had to. I got hungry and I went in for a sandwich and I'm like, what? And oh, we're.
Mm.
Hold on here. Let me get him. I'm. I got a new pre-show for him. That's- yeah, it's been a fun weekend. And
Mm.
my daughters were over here this weekend too. So not fun. Um,
Yeah.
but
Wow.
yeah. Hey, give Barry the
Yeah,
been a
link for
fun
this room,
weekend.
please.
And my
'Cause
girls.
this
This is a new room.
Um, Problem is, I think I texted to him. Oh no, wait a minute. I can probably do it through here.
That's where he had them in between the air conditioning unit and the what is it called uh, the 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 other hedge right at the
Smart.
corner of the house. Yeah, it does. It really sucks. I'll send you guys the. Hold on here.
Probably somebody flicked a cigarette.
No one smokes cigarettes here. So
Well, not you. I
no,
wasn't
I'm
suggesting.
just saying no one
You tapped
smokes.
your pipe out the window, didn't you, Mark?
No, and even if I did, it wouldn't
Ignited.
ignited like
Mhm.
that. No, not like that. I mean, because
Was it then a wire or something, you think?
n- they're gonna the insurance company, and that'll be over tomorrow
Best
probably,
of
and and they're gonna look at all that. The
Have you guys been
the fire
like singing and
department
all?
was the fire department was there. They said it they're calling it a brush fire.
Mm-hmm. I'd be singing, Alex started the fire. It's been
No,
always burning since the world had
please
turned.
don't.
But Alex, what?
He's upset enough about this. All right now. Yeah, he thinks it. He really feels it is his fault that he could have put the stuff in a different location. Well, now we learn from our mistakes, and that's life. Yeah, here. Let me just go ahead and send those to you guys. You can see them.
All right, so did you get a call from a guy named Terry from the Patriot Connect network or whatever it is?
Not that I know of.
Okay. Yeah, he's going to be contacting you. He wants to bring on a dude who, I don't know, he talks about holistic medicine and all that kind of stuff, and he wanted me to have him on the show, so I'm like, all right, sure.
That sounds like more for like Nancy, but that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
You're going to do it?
It very well could be more for Nancy. That's kind of why I told him to talk to you. Because I'm like, my producer will have other opportunities for this guy as well.
Yeah.
Like, if he comes on with me, he's got other stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Roger in the Kick chat, restreaming us. Thanks, Roger. And DK is probably restreaming us too tonight.
Roger to that.
Yeah.
Roger.
CS, I got your message. I haven't had a chance to watch that with the link, but I will.
Yeah, it's a long intro to it before the guy actually comes on, but it's pretty interesting. I haven't watched too much of it either, but I think again it's more your wheelhouse than it is mine.
Okay, well, I'll give it a listen.
The holistic medicine, all that stuff. You care about that stuff. I smoke a pack a day.
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's a Barry thing, yeah. For this show and the Wednesday show.
Yeah.
Is he going to try to come in for Wednesday, which would be kind of cool?
Well, it'd be a Wednesday, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Wednesday's your interview day. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and schedule him when that guy contacts you. Just put it on the calendar and we're good to go.
Yeah.
As long as it's not like the first Wednesday or the first, right. As long as it's not a Brent week.
Yeah. Whatever, if he contacts me, that's what I'll do. And if he can't do that, then I'll have him come in on Nancy's show. Or Jack. Jack might be able to use him too. Yeah.
I mean, it's not paranormal, but with Nancy, absolutely, it'd be a good guest. And I would say schedule me 1 week, and then like 2-3 weeks later, put him on with Nancy.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Yeah.
Since you landed him, you get him first, of course. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works.
Yeah. These are guys I've been in touch with for a long time. They're the ones that brought me Brent in the first place.
Really?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so they sent me a text, are you still doing your show? I'm like, oh yeah, 5 years now.
And you said, bring it.
All right, what are we doing to Willie tonight? You're going to be the whistleblower from Willie's farm?
Tonight. That's correct. Right. What's my name? What's my name going to be?
Well, it's your Hansel.
No, yeah, you're actually Hansel, but you can't say your name unless you get all upset in the end and just say, I'm Hansel, and then, walk off. He walked off. Okay.
Can't believe you didn't recognize my voice.
All right. Since you're going to use that, I got to turn the bass down on you guys so that it comes through clear.
Here.
There you go.
That's just for that part only.
Yeah.
Oh, and the
you know what I'm saying?
Roger's wanting to know where Yodavation is. She hasn't shown up yet, so
hopefully she'll be in when the next hour starts.
Hey, Sonia over in Rumble. Appreciate you coming in.
I haven't seen her posts lately on mine, so I was just thinking maybe she's been kind of busy. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure she's pretty busy.
Meeting today with Russian President
Vladimir Putin.
I don't know why I have this up here. Why would that be in my feed? Well, I mean, I just put stuff in my feed sometimes.
You know what
yeah.
amazes
Anyway.
You know what amazes me? I mean, still to this day, even after everything I've said to people, it's like they don't even listen, man.
Meet Mohammed from Bangladesh.
They think Zelensky's the good guy still. I'm not saying, Putin's a good guy either. I'm just saying it's shocking that, he's the one that's totally sabotaging the peace deals, right? He wants more of his people dead. He's a sick puppy. And somehow it's just like Putin. And I'm like, okay, maybe Putin's not a good guy, but Zelensky, we know for a fact, is a psychopath.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that's
Played the piano with his member, okay? That's all I got to say.
that's something we could take on here in the first hour as sort of our, hit point. It's just the whole Russia thing.
It's the Russia still. It's going on it's like just a new chapter. They can't do the Russian collusion delusion, so now it's Putin bad, Zelensky hero.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's always been.
It's always clown world and ass backwards. Anyways, I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna take and refill my sweet tea, and you guys talk a while.
Make some fresh tea, man. It's in the freezer right now, so I get it ice cold for the show. But
it's funny when you hear a Southerner talk about sweet tea. You know, it's that like really concentrated shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, you can't even taste
borderline syrup.
You can't. Yeah, when they say sweet tea, especially Mark's got a sweet tooth, but he says he doesn't.
Texas,
Didn't he say he's not into sweets?
I don't know. He's a Texan who's going to the fridge to get some sweet tea, and I'm just saying that sweet tea, I bet you, is real sweet.
Dude, I would vomit literally if I had a sip of like the Red Diamond tea, sweet tea that you get at the grocery store. That stuff is disgusting, man. It's like, where's the tea? It's just syrup.
We don't have it here. Yeah.
But what I was thinking about, why people embrace those narratives, because it's simple. You know what I'm saying? Putin bad, Zelensky good. Like people don't really want to know that things are nuanced, right? They just don't want to know that, because they want things to be simplified. And then they can pick a side, because that's what it's all about, going to be tribal or something. And I understand, that tribes are important, but the truth is slightly a little bit more important. Just saying.
Just saying.
But yeah, they like it simple. They want to pick a side and forget about nuances and how things are more complicated than what the mainstream media tells you. I had somebody telling me the other day that Tulsi Gabbard said that Assad was a good guy and just misunderstood. And I was like, she's never said that. Never. I even looked it up on ChatGPT, which leans left and favors the left, and it couldn't find anything. In fact, she's condemned Assad multiple times, according to ChatGPT. But it's like, do you not know that the fake news will cherry pick and cut like they did? Do you not know that Trump just won millions of dollars for suing ABC because they were chopping up Kamala Harris and stuff to make her try to sound better? I mean, they will do anything to push their narrative. So it wouldn't surprise me if they had her saying something about something totally something different, and they cut it and put it right back to back with Assad.
Yeah.
But no, you can't convince the people of that, because they're like, no, the fake news. They call it the mainstream media. They would never lie. They would never misdirect, or they love us.
They love us, man.
They do. They got so much love, dude. I get a Christmas card from them every year. Wolf Blitzer sends me one. I thank him every year. It's so nice of him, man.
Wolf Blitzer, yeah.
For being a big CNN fan, he sends me a thank you. Yeah.
Oh man, it's funny. It's like that on your driver's license, is it, where you can check that little box that says yes, contribute, or your IRS form. That's it. I want to contribute money to the presidential election fund.
Really?
Yeah, have you ever seen that?
What is that? Just for any president, or is it what?
Yeah, it's just it goes to a fund that helps to fairly elect the next president, quote unquote, right? And it's been on IRS forms forever, and it's just like a $3 thing or something.
You know what I'm
It's not
talking
a
about?
big deal.
I'm tired of everybody asking me for money, no matter where I go. It doesn't matter. Would you like to round that up to, $15 instead of $14.25? Everywhere and there's a tip. You go to a restaurant, you serve yourself completely. Nobody waits on you at all, and then they want you to leave a tip. 15, 20% or something. And I always hit none, because if you need to get a tip for not waiting on me, the people need to pay you more. It's not my responsibility to pay you more. And look, I believe in charity. I love giving, but dude, everybody's trying to pull another dollar from you, and you never know where it goes.
The funny thing too is with a lot of the it's a cup of coffee, right? I'm not going to tip 15% on it, but I might tip like 4%, 5%. You know what I mean? Like they never give you that option though. You just want to tip like 2.5% and just be like, yeah, here's it's whatever, 35 cents. If everyone does it, it'll add up to a lot of money at the end of the day.
You know what I've noticed? I've noticed that the people working the cash register, they look funny if you don't tip them now. I kid you not, man. They look at you like, oh, you're not going to leave me a tip? You don't think I'm worth it? And it's not that. You're not doing anything. You're not serving. You're not waiting on me, okay? Your cash register taking my order. Like if I went to McDonald's, I wouldn't tip the person for getting my order correct. And now Wendy's, they've got the Wendy's AI, right? So when you go through Wendy's, not all of them yet, but apparently some of them already have Wendy's AI. It's got a picture of Wendy, and it says Wendy's AI, like this is her AI version, and she's going to now take your order. I mean, I don't know, man. If you're going to give any money at all, you better make sure you know where it's going, because that money's going funneled to never going to any real cause, man. I don't believe for 1 second. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will, if I go into Salvation Army or something like that, I'll round it up to the nearest dollar, because, I'm already getting it cheap. It's like, an extra 50 cents. And they do some good work. So, and I know that, and they seem to be fairly.
They're one of the worst, actually.
Are they? Oh, great.
Yeah. Yeah, they're one of the worst.
The local Salvation Army we have is fantastic. I know that. Because they deal with maybe that's not the Salvation Army. That's a different. I got it confused. Maybe they are really bad. Tell me, because
I don't mean their shops are bad, and I wouldn't work with them. I mean, as far as the amount of money that you donate, what hits the ground, right?
Yeah.
That's a small number.
I believe that. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me, but I got it for so cheap, and I know all the people there, and they're nice about it. That's about the only time I'll do it, though. Otherwise I'll give, to charity that I know where the money's going, and then that's it. But think about it. Everywhere you go, they're trying to literally drain your money more. Every single place. It's during the hard times, It's not like this is like, we're not like, high on the hog right now. This is kind of still rough times, It's better. Things are better with Trump, but we've got house prices are high. People are still probably losing their mortgages. People are finding it hard to get into a house. My house, literally, that I bought like pre-shamdemic, just not too long before that, it's gone up like, I don't know, 65% in value.
Wow.
So it's
That's nice,
not easy to get into a home, but yet nobody's wages have really gone up. Maybe at the higher levels, but I think the middle class is still being shaved away, but yet everything that we the American dream is now harder to reach, like have a home.
A lot of that was BlackRock too, just buying up insane amounts of residential real estate, right? They bought so much stuff up that they really limited the market that was left after they got done, buying for 5 years, 8 years straight.
Oh yeah, and the shamdemic was even like gave all those rich people the opportunity to buy things up for pennies on the dollar, and they just kept buying it up for pennies on the dollar, and now they got more power, more control, more leverage. And then of course, we got the Palisades. Oh man, I was listening to this Matthew Perry audio book because I bought it for real cheap. I was going to flip it on eBay, and there's a scratch on it that looked like it probably skipped, so I had to listen to the first disc. And it was so obnoxious, dude. That dude was like, he sounded like he was drunk the whole thing. So I guess he just, had been, he was either drunk or drugs or just the aftermath from all that. Like he was constantly slurring his words. He was the most pessimistic person that you've ever met. Like he went back to when how bad his life was when he was 5 years old. I mean, and everything sucked. And I feel sorry for
Matthew Perry from Friends?
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
the best life ever. Like the dude who just like landed into shit tons of money in his early 20s.
Yep.
For doing a fun show and having to make out with, super hot models. Jennifer Aniston, right?
Yeah, well, that's one of
Did
them.
Are you comfortable doing a naked scene with Jennifer Aniston? Yes. Yes, I am.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was kind of the paradox that he was trying to portray was there was no reason for him to be drinking and doing, hard drugs and being addicted to all this stuff. But he said in the first disc that he wasn't like a partier, that he just did the drugs to ease the pain. Like he wasn't someone that wanted to go out and, do ecstasy and whatever drugs they were putting out there just to party with a whole bunch of people. He just was in pain, he said. And apparently went back to when he was like 5 years old. But I mean, I listened. The disc did skip, so I'm gonna have to clean it. But I said, okay, I'm done. I can't believe it was driving me nuts listening to his negativity, and I feel sorry for him. And he was talking about, how he had this house in the Palisades, and he had several mansions, and they're always with a great view. And I was thinking, if you were alive today, you would not have that home in the Palisades, and you wouldn't be getting it back either because they're building a 15-minute city. But yeah, I don't know how anybody could tolerate. There's 8 discs, so it's like 8 hours of that, I would imagine. And I could, after 45 minutes, I was like, God, I want to go out and just hurt myself. It was so depressing, man. I mean, there wasn't even like an ounce or a glimpse of hope in that whole thing.
Yikes.
Like, what is people like he was supposedly doing this to help people. I was just like I would use this if I wanted to torture somebody. I'd put somebody in a cell if I went in for the CIA, and I'd play it at full blast.
Well, it's just a pity party from a multi-millionaire who's really, I mean, you fell into Friends and just got rich off that alone. Everything else you did was just free money.
Well, apparently, he says he was lucky to be alive because his colon exploded, and he had a 2% chance to live, he said. But there was some sort of miracle, and people, he said, were around him. There were prayer circles, and people were just, the love was everywhere.
His colon exploded.
Literally, yes.
How? Like he just didn't shit for so long that
Yeah, 12 days, he said. I'm not sure.
What?
12 days without a bowel movement.
Oh, wow.
So,
man,
yeah, he was in utter pain when they took him to the hospital. And
I mean, you're living in Beverly. Don't you have a Taco Bell down the road to just induce a big one?
I mean, he obviously hammered
the big one.
all kinds of
sounds like Sanford and Son. Honey, having the big one.
Dude, he was doing
a
pharmaceutical.
dozen hard tacos and just bring them home and put the hot sauce on them, and after 3 or 4 you should be good to go. If not, go through all 6.
Prune juice, man. Prune juice. That's what
Prune juice. There you go.
But no, this was a drug-oriented thing. Pharmaceutical drugs that were like the worst kind, and I don't know. He named some of the drugs. I couldn't remember what they were. If you asked me, that was just one detail. I mean, and I really didn't want to listen to it, but I was working, and it was kind of interesting in the aspect of, wow, this is crazy. And it was like I was kind of waiting for him to offer a glimmer of hope, but man, he was like, his mentality was, I never should have been born, and ever since I was born, it's been a curse. But yet, like you said, billionaire, he's got.
Before we start the show, I did change up some music in your show tonight, so we're gonna have we're gonna still have the Smiths in there, but we're also I added Madness and Iggy Pop and Clash.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure.
So so don't
Fun
be
stuff.
surprised when, and if you like those, we'll keep those for a while. And anyways, about another minute, and then I'll switch us over to the next room.
Okay.
Just to let you know.
Thanks for keeping us up to speed.
Folks are starting to build up in the chats. That's good. I like doing a pre-show to get that, so that
What's going on?
we can get going. Chats are starting to build
Our
up.
audience is coming on board. They're getting ready.
Starting to come in now.
Getting
Yeah,
ready.
I like doing the pre-show because then you can kind of start building your audience before the actual show starts too. So yeah.
Welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show.
Pre-show.
I'm Andre the Giant.
Right.
It'd be funny if someone like Andre the Giant had this high-pitched Mickey Mouse voice. This big old guy, and then he talks, and he's like, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" And you're like,
Oh my
Well,
God.
the guy that does Elmo, he's a pretty big dude.
"Really?"
Yeah.
I just saw Grown Ups 2 recently, and there's a whole scene about that where the lifeguard's all hot looking, and he comes over, he's like, "Hey, ladies!" They all just
Yeah.
laugh at him.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna switch you over to the next room. I'll see you over there.
Yeah.
That one. Start this one. Oh yeah. Peoples. Get the peoples going. Do. 1, 2. Come on. All right, Barry.
Mm-hmm.
There you are, CS.
Can you hear?
What? Hello?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, okay.
Hello.
Okay, there you are. Testing 1, 2.
Testing 1 and 2.
Testing 1 and 2.
Here's what you sound like before you eat your Wheaties.
Here's what you sound like after Wheaties, all right, man? You understand? You get it? Actually, Wheaties is GMO, so don't eat it.
The male vitality.
Alex Jones, Mel Vitale.
Yeah.
What it is.
Yeah. I take one sip and I talk like this for the rest of the day.
So true, man. You take the methylene blue. I only can take it like 2-3 times a week. Otherwise, I'm just like completely out of my mind here on the show. As if I'm not already out of my mind on the show right now. But when I take methylene blue every day in combination with the CoQ10, it's just like I'm nervous. I can't sit still. I'm insane.
Yes, insane. 30 seconds, folks.
In the membrane.
We love you, Alex, man. Come on, man. You're comedic. We love you.
And here's your countdown. 5.
That was not 30 seconds.
4, 3, 2, 1. And you're live and on the radio side for the first time tonight, right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition for August 17th, 2025. And with me, I've got my good buddy Bullhorn Barry. What's going on, bro?
Good evening, man. How you doing?
How's your weekend? Good. How's your weekend, man?
Good, man. It's yard work. Real fun stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I had a busy weekend, and I'm ready to tomorrow. I get sabbatical for about 3-4 days, so off we go. Love it.
It's good.
And I got my new Starlink Mini, which can hook into it. It works in a a lighter. Like you can plug it into your car lighter. So it's like
Nice.
just yeah, it's really cool, man. I'm so psyched about that thing. It's just anywhere I go now, like it's just internet on the go, and it's not a big drain like the Gen 2 that I had before was a big drain on my batteries, and I had to run my inverter. This I don't have to run the inverter, and it's fantastic. It's like takes no energy. It's a much better system. Um, so glad I got that. Anyway,
Hey, I was just
not
wondering, could we maybe envision like maybe one show with you just, sort of like as a nod to pump up the volume, you just driving down the street with your van broadcasting, man. I think that would be like, that'd be pretty cool. Could you do that?
yeah, I could. Yeah, I don't think you'd hear much of anything I said though.
Well,
You
if
know,
you
it
pull
gets
the
yeah,
windows down like you normally do, that it would just be wind.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my phone is really good at all kinds of things except for making phone calls.
Okay.
The volume just isn't there and whatnot. It's so funny. If I don't have a Bluetooth, to my earbud, I can't hear a thing. So I don't know. I mean, that might work, but I'd rather not, do
Yeah.
the mobile broadcast when I can simply pull over and give it my full attention.
All right. All right. I was just a suggestion.
Yeah, with the live cam out the front dash.
Yeah. 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 Maybe have a multi-camera thing going as well for the live stream.
In a pinch, maybe one day I might have to do that. But I don't like to miss shows. Mark, my producer, will vow to that. I don't miss many shows.
Well, if the Democrats win the presidency and you're broadcasting, telling the truth, they may be chasing you down the highway. You know what I'm saying? You'll have no choice but to broadcast that way.
Yeah, well, let's not get to that point. Anyway, let's dive into some actual news that's going on in the world. Folks, thanks for tuning in. We are so thankful for each and every one of you out there. We really appreciate your giving us your attention for a couple hours a night, And here we go. So let's dive into the big story, which is President Trump and Putin met in Anchorage, Alaska over the last few days. And it looks as though some things are developing that could potentially bring peace to the region if, and it's a big if, Zelensky is willing to come to the table and talk. And we really don't know what that looks like. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And
Back out at the last minute, doesn't he? He likes, oh yeah, it sounds great, and then changes mind.
As does Putin.
Exactly.
It's a very volatile situation. There were critics that said, hey, Trump got nothing and just gave Putin a, global stage to stand on a red carpet and look presidential. Okay. In fact, Marco Rubio today was on ABC This Week, and here's how that exchange went.
Critics of President Trump will say the pomp and circumstance, the red carpet, the warm handshake, that President Trump simply lost that Putin gained there just by being on the world stage and walking down a red carpet with the president. Your reaction to that?
Well, I mean, critics of President Trump are always going to find something to criticize. You don't even pay attention to it anymore. But I will tell you this, Putin is already on the world stage. He's already on the world stage. The guy's conducting a full-scale war in Ukraine. He's already on the world stage. He has the world's largest tactical nuclear arsenal in the world and the second largest strategic nuclear arsenal in the world. He's already on the world stage. When I hear people say that, oh, it elevates him. Well, all we do is talk about Putin all the time. All the media's done is talk about Putin all the time for the last 4 or 5 years. That doesn't mean he's right about the war. That doesn't mean he's justified about the war. Put all that aside. It means you're not going to have a peace agreement between Russia and Ukraine. You're not going to end a war between Russia and Ukraine without dealing with Putin. That's just common sense. I shouldn't even have to say it. So people can say whatever they want. Ultimately, at the end of the day, we have to get the Russian side to agree to things that they don't want to agree to if we're going to have peace. If not, there'll just be a war. They'll keep killing each other, and life will go on in America and in the rest of the world, but not for Ukraine.
Yeah, it goes on from there a little bit more, but you get the point. Yeah, Martha, critics are going to criticize, right? Aren't they? Like you're criticizing him?
Mm-hmm.
You're a critic? You're not fair news. You're a critic.
Yeah, and mark my words, they'll criticize Trump when the peace deal's made as well. They'll come up with all kinds of things of why the peace is not good.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to believe
Well,
they're never going to compliment Trump on his stellar achievements. It's just not who they are.
yeah, they don't. They want to criticize him. The economy's going great. All kinds of things are going great. And they're still saying doom and gloom and doom and gloom and tariffs and this and that and inflation. And he hasn't brought down prices. I saw I might have this clip handy for a little bit later in the show, but yeah, it's just they will defend anything. It's all about hating Donald Trump. That's it. That's the whole platform. They don't stand for anything. We've talked about this so many times, Barry. They don't have a lot to stand on other than Orange Man bad and we hate Donald Trump and he's going to take everyone's rights away.
Which would you rather talk about? Your crazy policies of zero emissions and taking everything away from us and stripping us of our rights and stripping us of, just about everything that you can possibly imagine. Would they want to focus in on that, or would it be more fruitful for them to focus in on bashing Trump?
Mm-hmm. It would be more fruitful for them to come up with a platform that they can stand behind.
There
Folks, what is the largest tax rate that should exist in the United States? What is it? Is it 90%? Like, if you make over $1 billion in a year, do they get everything over that? And if so, then why are you doing this? Why did you put everything on the line on red and throw the dice to create some huge company or whatever it may be, when the reward just isn't there? Ronald Reagan used to talk about his acting days in California, and there was like an 80-some% tax on income over, let's say it was $100,000 back then. He's an actor in Hollywood. He would go out in January and February, make 2 movies, and make $100,000. Then he had 10 months of the year to just sit on his butt. What's the point of making any more movies, any more money, any more anything? Let's just go to the beach and hang out. So he did. Yeah, he talked about it extensively. That was a big part of his, his lesson he learned growing up about why high taxes. We talked about the Laffer curve in the past, where the higher taxes go, the income to the government goes up and up and up, starting at 0, 1%, 2%, 3%, 4% tax. It goes up and up and up until it hits a certain point. Let's say it's 50%. And then after 50%, you raise it to 60, 70, 80%. You expect rates to go up, income to go up into the government. Instead, it goes down. They get less money by going to those insanely high rates because the incentive to go out and do things just isn't there after, you get to 50% tax and it's like, my Lord, you spend half your time just giving to this endless sieve that is the government.
Oh, it's
endless waste.
It's outrageous, absolutely outrageous, the amount of taxes and all the different ways that they tax us. Mm-hmm. It's really outrageous. I mean, you got to make a lot of money before, you can start even feeling comfortable.
Yeah, and then you have, I don't know, it's funny, for people on the lower end of the income level, you get a lot of things. You get healthcare, you get this, you get that. And so if you're making $25,000 a year, you have also a lot of these benefits that cost real money. So when you start getting into the $40,000 and $50,000 range, you almost lose out because you don't get any of those benefits that you got at $25,000. So what's the point of taking someone's income from $25,000 to $35,000? Right? They're almost worse off at $35,000, $40,000 than they were at $25,000 with all the government assistance and Medicare and you name it. So it really
government dole, man. It's the Democrat way, right?
It takes a big hit. It's almost like you need to get up into the $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 point, and where it all starts to make sense, And now you've got the accountant. Now you've got you name it, all kinds of different expenses you never even dreamed of when you were making $25,000 a year,
Yeah.
And then buy a house.
Rid of the federal income tax would be great. I'd like to see that happen, or at least for Trump was saying, under $150,000 a year or something like that. I mean, you
Yeah.
think about it, $150,000 a year is just not that much money anymore. It's not like what it used to be, right? And it depends on kind of where you live, too. It's even worse if you live in one of these areas where everything is super expensive. Like in where I'm at in Oklahoma, that'd be a pretty good salary, but that probably wouldn't be so good in maybe Portland or Chicago or LA or somewhere like that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, pardon me. I'm sorry. I forgot I was making noise in the background there when I reached for that. So if you heard some crackling there, I apologize. But yeah, no, it's definitely, like you say, it affects housing and affects all kinds of stuff. And I don't know. It's if we were to get rid of income tax up to $150,000 a year, I think America would change overnight, and there'd be a lot of people making that kind of money, And then all of a sudden, yeah, let's give it a decent tax rate above that. You can take 50% after that, right? I think a lot of people, the economy would be transformed by the motivation people would have to be able to just go out and make a dollar. You know what I mean? I made $1 today. I get to keep the whole buck. I don't have to give half of it away.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it makes sense why the Democrats would want to overtax everybody and overburden everybody. That way they can push their green scam of, everybody needs to live in a micro apartment and we got to, basically that, or I don't know, share a little, have a little commune where everybody kind of lives in one little place. We share a bathroom and a shower and everything like they started doing back when was that when they first started doing that? What year was that, where they were bragging? They did a whole special about it, like on CNN. And the people that were in there, that were in these little communes, they were so happy about it. One of the other things they were talking about doing was creating these beds that like go up on poles for like homeless people to sleep on. I was like, I think the tiny homes is a much better thing for the homeless people than that. But I mean, in the utopia, the Democrat utopia, man, it's a lot of people in extreme poverty, and the solutions that they offer, are not very humane. They're not very comfortable. You know what I'm saying? At least with a tiny home, you have something that, you can kind of consider your own. Yeah, it's in a community of other people with tiny homes, but look, I live in a community of a bunch of people with bigger homes. It's not that much different.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, it's a crazy world we're living in, Barry. It really truly is. And we just got to hold on to that sanity in our lives, folks. You got to hold on to that sanity and just know that America will never give up what it is. There are too many people that hold our values sacred in this country for us to just give it up. There's a fight that's going on, and it's been going on forever, right? It's been going on forever. Remember the communists in Hollywood, and it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah. How do you get the Democrats to wake up to that? That's the big question. I mean, I know a lot have already, and many have either, gone to become a Republican or an independent, or I guess maybe some even like libertarian. But how do you break that, the loyalty that they have to their party? Like, I've never seen anything quite like the loyalty that Democrats have to the party. Way more than Republican. Like these people, I mean, they could be promoting doom and gloom and the worst for America and even themselves, and it seems like they would still stand by their party.
Absolutely. It's kind of crazy. I think what's happening, though, in a big way now, it's happening faster and faster, is that people are just waking up. They're waking up. We talked about walk away and all these, Blexit and all these movements that have been happening. But nowadays, we're getting to a point where we've got Zohan Madmani running for mayor of New York, an open socialist. Minneapolis has an open socialist.
I think
mayor.
socialist is actually being nice, too. I think there's quite a bit of Marxism in there as well. Fascism.
Yeah,
fascism.
They're communists.
Yeah. Tyranny.
Yeah. And so it's out in the open now. And we're seeing people like Hakeem Jeffries, getting cornered and having to sort of defend Madmani, Mamdani, whatever it is. I call him Mad Manny because he's a madman,
Sure.
And it's going down that route. It's getting really bad, and all of a sudden, the left is going to have to start saying, "Yeah, no, we're socialists. We are socialists. We're a democratic socialist party." That's what the Democrats are, the Democratic Socialist Party, right? AOC, one of the front leaders in the entire movement, for president in 2028, Democratic Socialist. Jasmine Crockett, all of the whole five, the team of five or the squad or whatever they're calling themselves, socialists, communists.
Yep.
With hard leanings towards Islamic values instead of Christian values, which is an issue because we're not a Muslim country, and we never will be.
I mean, that's exactly it. You just said it, man. They're being forced to tell you who they really are and what they really stand for. And it's kind of ugly, and maybe that's the thing that's waking the Democrats up. Let's hope they're not on board for that kind of madness, but maybe a few are, but I would hope that the majority of them are not. I mean, just last week, Nancy Pelosi comes out talking about how she's ready to promote on a national scale, making sure that children can have their genitalia cut off and transition. I mean, that's not going to be a popular idea, but yet she's telling everybody that she's all for it, even though it's pretty much been nixed with, the big executive order that Trump signed.
Exactly. I mean, to have that national platform of we want to be able to transition kids. Billboard Chris.
Might be a 90-10. That could be a 90-10 thing. I don't know. I mean,
yeah. Are you familiar with Billboard Chris? The guy on YouTube, he goes around the world and universities and whatnot wearing billboards that say no child can ever consent to puberty blockers.
Okay.
And he just stands there and has a nice conversation with somebody. And, well, I say nice. He's nice.
Right. Not the other people necessarily.
Well, not necessarily. Some are very not. But it's he's a guy who kind of personifies it, like you said, the 90-10 thing. Well, Billboard Chris, go look him up on YouTube. He's got a ton of videos out there. He actually just won a lawsuit against Australia because they put him in handcuffs and took him away and said, you can't do this here. And he went to court and they said, oh yeah, you actually can.
Of course.
So.
Yeah. They don't want us doing anything that might awaken people, right? They censor. They don't want the truth getting out there because the truth is way too much competition for the lie, for the misinformation, for the disinformation. I mean, the toughest competitor that the left has is truth. And that's why they want to silence it.
It is. It's tough. I mean, they've got a lot of issues that they're ready to die on the mountain for. That are, like you say, 80-20, 90-10 even, that just make no sense. And
there
I mean,
could be a strategy behind
Friend
it.
Rumble,
I'm not sure
appreciate
what
you coming
it is.
in.
Maybe they just think that at some point in time they're going to take back the power, and I can only see only one way, and that would be through force, which would mean they either cheat or something, or they just tyrannically take it, like some kind of a coup, like they kind of tried to do with Trump, with the Russia collusion delusion. That was a coup.
A big coup. I mean, it was treason. It was a RICO Act violation of people working in coordination across all kinds of levels of government to, knowingly carry out crimes against the sitting president of the United States. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. This was treason on the highest of highest levels. Joe Biden alone can be, at least his White House can be targeted down to all of these different prosecutors coming. He made an announcement that we're going to go after Trump. Trump said, I'm going to run for office in 2024. The next day, Joe Biden started calling in these prosecutors, giving them marching orders and sending them out on their way to go after Donald Trump for anything, for absolutely anything and everything they possibly could. Think about it, folks. The weight and full power of the United States government was sent against you as an individual At that time, he was just a citizen of the United States. A former president, sure, but a citizen all the more, right?
Mhm.
And they sent that entire power after him. And they got, quote unquote, 34 felony counts, which were misdemeanor. Well, it should have been one misdemeanor, potentially, that they should have legally been able to charge him with, right? And he could have fought that in court and maybe, But at the end of the day, they turned one potential misdemeanor into 34 felonies through the magic of the justice system. And they got him. They got him, folks. They got Donald Trump. He's guilty. He's a felon.
None of those
sitting in the White House.
None of those Democrats said that they were going to go after him. They all said they were going to go after him. And I remember Biden said one time, and then he added afterwards, constitutionally. But there was nothing constitutional about the kind of stuff they were doing. I mean, there was nothing constitutional about the Russian collusion, delusion nonsense.
Yes.
That was unconstitutional, illegal, and treason.
And that was more, I would say, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton than was it Joe Biden, right? Joe Biden knew about it, but he wasn't like pulling the strings on those stuff.
Just a puppet.
But when we get into the political assassination of Donald Trump in the courts, that was completely Biden, his orders, his people, his DOJ, his whole thing. And you know what? Payback sucks, folks. Payback sucks.
Oh, yeah.
And it's coming. It's coming.
It's our turn now, and our turn is legit, where theirs was illegit. And that's the difference, and that's why it's going to stick when we do it, because we're going to have dotted all of our I's, crossed all of our T's, and when we present this to the public, people are going to see, just how crazy and insane it really was. It's not going to be some fake impeachment trial with all kinds of shenanigans going on behind closed doors.
Exactly. And I, don't know what to say about that. It's just one of those things where, folks, it's coming. It's coming. Get ready for it. They're going to scream bloody murder and retribution and, using the DOJ to attack his enemy. They did it to him. And now he's just going to show what they did to him. And they will be judged for that. Right? They did it to him. He's showing the world what they did to him. And they will be judged for that. And I hope treason is on the table and RICO acts. And these guys I want to see people singing like little birdies. And the big dogs go down like tiny little kittens, like little puppies, just tiny little worms that they are, just all respect gone. Barack Obama was a horrible president. He was just categorically a horrible president. The Affordable Health Care Act was one of the worst pieces of legislation to ever come into existence in the United States. My personal healthcare, my cost for healthcare went from a very manageable, about like $225 a month, $225 a month, not a big deal. Had really good healthcare. He passes this law. I go into their little system thing. $1,600 a month, $1,400 a month were my options. You got to be kidding me. You want to take me to $1,400 a month? My mortgage was like $800. You're asking me double what I pay on my mortgage for healthcare. You got to be kidding me. It was ridiculous. It was nothing even close to affordable. The word affordable had nothing to do with that act.
Mm-hmm. Well, you look at these globalists and these people, that are under investigation. They act like they're not scared. You'd think they would be sweating bullets right about now. And maybe some of them are, and they're just good at hiding it. But I think some of them are so narcissistic and have so much faith and confidence in their little group, their little cabal, that they think they're going to either be protected or that they will find asylum in another nation so that they never, ever really stand trial. I think that once the cuffs are on and they're perp walked, then their heart is going to sink like really fast. And they're going to have a rude awakening if they're not feeling it already. But I think they're so desensitized to just about everything because they're just not the most humane people in the world, if you haven't noticed. So they don't have a lot of emotions other than the bad kind, like anger and hate and, greed, all the stuff that's just like the worst of humanity. That's the kind of emotions they have. But man, when they get them handcuffs on and they're perp walked in front of the whole nation, you're going to see a different look on their face. That pride and that arrogance and that narcissism will be wiped off their face.
Because they know they're guilty. They know they did it.
Oh, yeah.
We all know they did it. And what they did was treason. And the news, so many people are complicit. So many levels of government, and the fourth branch of government, the news, the media, is completely complicit in this. I don't know why they feel the need to, bend the knee to their overlords rather than just give the people the news, the raw, unfiltered news that we crave so desperately. I mean, that's what we do here on the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show, right? We just give them the news. Let's just go. It's not that hard, folks.
Unfettered.
It's really not. Yeah. Unfettered access to the news, or at least what we find to be interesting stories.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I think if they go down and they're arrested and not convicted, I think, I don't know, a quarter to half of the news will collapse.
Well, they're already in a pretty good free fall now, aren't they? Yeah, right.
But I mean, that would just be like, that one piece of, that one, what's that game where things tumble, where you pull out the little blocks?
Jenga.
Yeah, it's just that last Jenga piece where it all comes down.
Yep. Exactly. That last little Jenga piece where it all comes down is what we're looking at here. And, more power to them. More power to them. I mean, they're just coming out swinging right now. They're trying to be as offensive as they possibly can be to the American people with a lot of these, things that they're pushing out on us. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, Shifty had a 5-minute video he just put out. I didn't watch it because I just didn't want to hear it, man. I'm so sick of it. I probably should have listened to it for the sole purpose of, reporting on it. But it's like, you know what it is and what he's going to say, but it's all conspiracy. It's all a lie and, blah, blah, blah. But so why pay any attention?
Exactly. Exactly. And we just, hey, we report it to you guys, though, so you can all understand what's going on in the world and what we're up against on a daily basis, man. It's crazy. It never ends.
The two worlds are colliding for certain, man. It's happening, man. It ain't going to be pretty when everything comes to a head.
And I'll tell you, man, I think what's happening in England right now is what it's going to look like when things come to a head. I really think that the UK has had enough. And they're starting to just say, they're going out there and saying, we're moms that are concerned about our kids. And they're being called racist. They're being called Nazis. They've got these paid protesters that all carry the exact same signs on the exact same sticks and ride in these exact same buses to go out to these towns where people are sick and tired of what's going on. And all of a sudden you got a bunch of people from, I don't know, some suburb of London, some leafy, beautiful little suburb of rich white people or whatever that, are getting bussed out to these areas where they're having real issues with rape gangs, with people who just have no idea what British culture is like. It's just a very different world. Like when they see a young non-Muslim woman walking around on the street dressed in a short skirt, they don't think it's anything wrong with hitting on her, with grabbing her butt, with doing, really nasty things that would get you shot in places like Texas or, Oklahoma or Arizona. But yet in their cultures, it's just not that bad of a thing.
Well, I don't think that the globalists want assimilation. They want a takeover. Because they want you to be demoralized. So they would love to see the Muslims take over. That would just be like their greatest joy, right? Because that would put people in fear and in concern and, isolate them because they wouldn't want out at night. They wouldn't want their kids out alone at any point in time, not even during the middle of the day. I mean, this is their dream world. They don't want assimilation. They want takeover.
It's a much easier religion to control theocratically than Christianity is. If that makes sense. Christianity is going to be held to certain standards, whereas Islam, the Quran allows for things like, covering your women from head to toe. Right? They can only look out their eyes, and even that's got to be shaded. So,
Yeah. Well, you know what they say over there in Islam? Well, the eyes are the most seductive. We got to cover those above all things, man, because, they might seduce me.
Or preventing women from having any education, from driving, from the Taliban just put out a rule that said if you are in your house and you have a window and you're, like, say, doing the dishes and you're female, if someone can look in that window and see you, you have to shut those blinds.
That's isolation right there, man. That's like,
yeah,
it's isolation having to wear, a burqa, a full, black. I mean, at least it could be colorful, like spring colors or something. But no, it's going to be dark black like a funeral. Okay, there's just nothing good about any of that nonsense, man. Nothing virtual.
In the middle of summer when it's like 110 degrees outside.
Yeah. And the guy's at the beach, he's in his shorts with his shirt off, and his wife's sitting there, with a giant blanket over her. It's ridiculous, man. I'm sorry. That's just ridiculous.
When I drove out west, or when I moved out west, I took a long road trip. It's like I got all my stuff and I went. And I was driving along at night and I'm like, it's 6 o'clock. I should pull over. And then I'm like, what am I going to do? Just sit and watch TV for 3 hours while I should be driving? So 10, 11, so midnight comes up and I'm out in the middle of Wyoming. And I actually pulled off. I got up on some exit. I was just so tired and just slept in my front seat of my car for like an hour, Got up and went looking, sun's starting to come up. I'm looking for coffee, trying to, get my bearings again. Going into this gas station in the middle of Wyoming, in the middle of nowhere. And it's a really big, truck stop. I see a Muslim family in there. And it's the father with his wife and like 3 daughters. And they were all in full-on burqas, head to toe, can't see the eyes, can't see anything. And it was the biggest culture shock I'd ever had. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Right?
Wow.
It was so sad to see these kids. I don't know, anything about them. I just know how tall they are, and they're 3 feet, 4 feet, And they're just covered head to toe in a burqa. The wife too.
You can't identify anybody that's dressed like that. I mean, maybe by their voice, but even that would be kind of difficult, I think.
Heck, it could be a guy dressed up in one who's got a bomb between it, like he's going to drop somewhere between his legs and then walk off and, right, boom. It could be anybody. It could be Willie under one of those.
Well, that could be really scary if it was Willie.
Well, you laugh, but, let's be serious. It could be Willie under one of those. Now, that's a scary thing.
Could just be Willie in a burqa. Maybe Willie's converted to Islam. I don't know.
Yeah, and transgendered too.
Yeah, maybe so. I don't know.
I want to transition and become Muslim and move to Iran.
And be gay.
There you go.
And then he could go to Palestine and say, accept me, and see what happens.
Hot doggity. That'll work. Yeah, if you're not afraid of heights.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you.
And,
I saw some LGBTQ. I don't know, what they identify as. I have no clue, but it could be one of 100 different things. But promoting the whole Palestine thing. And if they went over there, they would, well, now it's not, that way. But when Palestine was, a state, they would have harmed him or her or whatever. It is. I don't know. I mean, because it's
Yeah.
hard to tell until they tell you, I'm whatever, I'm a they, but I just really want to know what your biological sex is, because that's really all I care about. Because I really don't want to feed your delusion.
Can I see your junk?
No,
I
I don't.
kid.
don't
I kid. I kid. All right. Okay, that's not Barry humor. That's more
far.
of a David Hogg humor.
That's way too far.
All right. So Barry, we were talking about England.
Yeah.
And the national anthem, Rule Britannia. Rule Britannia. How many of the lyrics of that song do you know?
None.
Right? So it's Rule Britannia. Britannia rule the waves. I always thought it was way.
Okay, what is it? What is? Tell me more. I have no idea what you're even talking.
Right? Exactly. So Britain will never be slaves is the defiant assertion of the song. Okay.
Well, that's
So-
kind of hard.
Yeah, the lyrics are as follows. They go, rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves. Britons never, never, never will be slaves. Is the next line, right? So rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves, meaning the seas. Britons never, never, never will be slaves.
They're going to probably ban that song before long. They can't have that.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets a lot worse.
Well, let's hear it. Bring it.
Let's see. Here, actually, I'm looking at the wrong thing right here. When Britain first at heaven's command arose out of the azure main, this was the charter of the land. The guardian angels sung this strain. Rule Britannia, rule the waves. Britannia will never be slaves. The nation's not so blessed as thee. I'm sorry, you know what? I'm reading this off of a Wikipedia, and it's Britons never, never, never will be slaves. I mean, I just know that, right? That's not. So Wikipedia shrunk it down to just one never.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe they needed to have one more never. If they just added one more never, maybe now they wouldn't be slaves. But apparently they are slaves. They're slaves to the globalists, for certain. They're slaves to their deranged agenda. That man. I mean, Keir Starmer is not a man of freedom, okay? That guy is enslaving the masses. Anytime you strip away people's prosperity, that's tyranny too, right? When you start taking away prosperity and opportunity, and you are making people dependent upon the state and making people barely get by, that is a form of slavery. That is tyranny, because really there's no reason why every nation, because most nations are full of resources. Any nation could be as rich as they wanted to be if not for the corruption.
Exactly. Capitalism, man, it works. Just look at it. It works. We're swimming in it. Every capitalist country out there is swimming in money. You go to their downtowns and they're flourishing and amazing. Ours are great, but they're not like, Singapore or Tokyo. I mean, let's talk about some of the real, like, amazing cities out there that exist. I mean, Tokyo has almost no crime. Our friend of the channel that came on a while back, Patty Doyle, told me a story about how he rode his motorcycle to the airport, right? Left his keys in the ignition by accident. Put his helmet on, the steering wheel, like everyone does there. No lock, no nothing. Just put your helmet there on the handlebars. Flew to England for like a week and a half. Was freaking out on the way back because he couldn't find his keys, got to his motorcycle, and they were just sitting there in the ignition.
Yeah. Yeah, you've told us.
No crime. None. No crime.
Right.
Trusting societies that work so amazingly well.
Yep.
And here we are just in this. We can't buy a $2 thing of soap in a lot of places in our cities unless you get an attendant to unlock the glass for you.
Well, a lot of people want to blame like the kids. The kids are messed up. The teenagers, the youth, whatever. But you do realize that the kids have been socially engineered, and so have the parents. And, there's no parent at home in most households anyway to really be, a parent, because that's against the Democrat globalist way, right? You can't have the nuclear family. You got to have the kids being raised by the state, by the schools, by a nanny or something like that. They don't want the parents raising them. Couldn't possibly have that, because they might, grow up having confidence. They might grow up, amounting to something. But the more that they're left alone, the more that they're isolated, and the more that they feel like they're not worthy, the worse off they just get. Everything has been socially engineered to be like it is. In other words, all the craziness didn't just happen by accident and organically. There would always be crime. That is true. But the levels that we see now is socially engineered.
Mm-hmm. It is. And it's a morass that's just seeping into society to the point where, they're cracking down in Washington, D.C. Donald Trump has cracked the whip, and it's going down. And I saw this big viral TikTok that went around of this African, a black lady, not if she's a peasant. She's 6 probably generations removed from Africa. She's an American black woman who was just saying, man, I can drive through the city with my windows down. What a change. And I don't have to worry about some punk just walking up to my car and messing with me.
Yeah. Well, why do you think the Democrats are so upset that the rule of law is being restored? They don't want things to be restored. They work best out of the chaos and out of us being weak and desperate and demoralized and dependent.
Mm-hmm. And they're furious about it. Did you see this sandwich guy who threw a Subway at a cop? They chased him down.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, right. He was flipping out. He seemed to me like he was on some sort of psychotic drug, right?
Mm-hmm.
LSD or something. Just out of his brain, pissed off that they're just trying to bring the crime down in the city. The place where he walks home into the subway, right? His neighborhood, where you can get shot at a moment's notice. And they're just trying to make it safe so that you don't have to worry about stuff when you walk downstairs to go get a Subway. You can bring your wallet. You don't have to leave all your cash at home except for $10. Well, $20 now is Subway.
Mm-hmm.
But you get my point.
Oh, man.
And by the way, him throwing a $17 Subway sandwich at a cop was a big flex money-wise,
I know this. I've talked to a lot of women, and almost every single one of them have told me that they do not go out past like 9 o'clock. And that's even in areas that you would consider to be, fairly safe. I just talked to a woman a couple of days ago, and she was traumatized by, she wasn't raped or anything, but she had a purse stolen. She was, tackled and foot put to her head and smashed her head up, and just traumatized her, and she doesn't go out now after 9 o'clock. And I've talked to people over the phone, customer service people. I just get to talking, and people for some reason just tell me everything. I guess I just have that openness that people say they need to get something off their chest, they'll tell me. And I talk to women all the time. They just don't feel safe anymore, and it's probably not safe for men either.
Yeah. But on that note, Barry, we've got to take a break. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show, and we'll be right back with more right after these messages.
All right, we're on radio break.
Radio break.
Radio break. That's right.
Radio That's funny, man. Like we're on the radio or something. That's funny.
Hello?
Oh, yeah.
Alrighty. It is funny. It is funny. I mean, the idea to think we're actually on the radio or something. Give me a break, man. Really? Come on. We got an audience of, 4 or 5 people tonight? It's good. It's fine. I like that. There's nobody. There's no radio.
What
radio? been banned, man. The Democrats banned the AM radio. They didn't want to. They didn't even want them in your cars, man. I'm telling you, it's crazy. They're probably their best move would be just to take over the AM airways. Instead of like banning AM radios in cars, they just take it over and they just say no more Michael Savage, no more Glenn Beck, no more Alex Jones. No, it's all got to be Democrat loons that rule the AM radio.
Hey, now that's a smart idea.
I know.
They've been wanting that for a while.
Oh yeah, since Rush Limbaugh in the 80s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Went into a coffee shop and I saw a coffee mug up on the, they had all these coffee mugs that they'd collected on the shelf. It looked kind of cool. I'm scanning across each row and then I come across this giant coffee mug that said NPR and I was like, okay, I'm out of here. I was out. That was it. So all I needed to see was NPR and I was like, I'm done. No coffee here. Not supporting it. I would have gone up to him and said, I would like to have a coffee latte this is my NPR voice. It's very peaceful. Tranquil. I got my pink sweater on, so I seem docile. I'm a beta male. I'm very docile and effeminate and peaceful. Although, Bill Gates does that whole thing, kind of the effeminate thing with the pink sweater, but it doesn't work for him because he's always flailing his arms. You ever notice that? He's always like, when he's talking, he's like throwing his arms up. He looks like a lunatic. And it's like, dude, you need to, if I was like a professional, dealt with like body language, I'd be like, hey, dude, people think you're crazy, dude. Your arms are just like all over the place when you're talking. You look like a psycho.
Well, it's not so much his arms, it's what comes out of his mouth.
Well, in combination with his arms.
Yeah, but I mean, my Lord, the mouth is doing it all for me. I don't need the arms. Okay,
I got a test for you, dude. Check this out. Go try this. Okay, I think there's a really good interview with Gavin Newsom on the Sean Ryan Show. Go check that out. Turn the volume off and watch Gavin Newsom speak. He looks like the shadiest car salesman you have ever seen, man. And he crosses his legs. I don't know. I sometimes I don't, like they say men do the kind of the square thing when they put their legs, but sometimes I'll cross my legs. But the way he crosses his legs way over like that, first of all, that's uncomfortable if you're a real man. So I don't know. Something going on there. But he looks like a maniac. He looks like Bill Gates, just his facial expressions, his body motion, his hands, and I wouldn't trust a guy like that.
Yeah, and now they've done studies about how comfortable that is for real men, and it's really just a combination of. Okay, so they first of all look at the sack size, how large is the ball sack, and then the size of the testicles.
God,
so if you have large testicles with a small sack, it's uncomfortable. But if you, as long as your sack is big enough, then you can comfortably cross your legs as a guy.
I don't think there's
30 seconds, fellas.
So.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, there's a whole theory on that. Go look it up on 4chan.
A peer-reviewed study.
The peer-reviewed study, right?
On 4chan. Just go look up ball sack versus testicle size.
Jeez.
5.
Next on Willie. Hey, anyways, here's your countdown. 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
Rule Britannia, Britannia rule the waves. We will never, never, never be slaves. Ha!
I don't think that's the tune, though. I really don't. I'm just saying, I don't think you've ever heard the tune. You know the lyrics well, but I don't.
Well, I've heard the tune. I'm close to it. I mean, I've never sang it before.
It sounds like every bar song. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what Brits sing over there. They sing bar songs. Everything sounds like a bar song over there.
I think so.
Mm-hmm. Oh gosh, I watched them. Oh man, there were really some big protests in the UK, and it's really getting to be about, they're just people who don't want mass immigration. They just don't want it anymore. They never voted for it. No one ever asked them, do you want this? You know, it's England, for crying out loud. England. I was, Barry, man, I was thinking about it today. Is it possible that London will never see another mayor who's not a Muslim?
That's an interesting question.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
The powers that be will put another powerful, like when Sadiq Khan gets term limited out, if that's how it works over there. I mean, he might not. I have no idea how that works. But they're just going to put in place another Muslim. It's going to be a Muslim majority run city, like for the last 8 years. It's on. Like, go get them. We're here.
Well, I'll tell you what's interesting, though, is that in the UK, church attendance is up among the youth. It's up among adults. And Bible purchases are up like, I don't know, like 80%. I mean, so it's it's this very Christian rising that's happening in the UK. And that wouldn't go too well with whatever that guy's name is. I'm sure he doesn't want anything Christian in their area.
Have you ever heard of Brighton? Brighton is a city in England. You know, I've heard of it, but I don't know much about it. But this is a 1 minute long clip from Crime and Consequence on YouTube. Just listen to the mayor of Brighton. Watch this.
Thinking you're not getting enough energy.
Meet Mohammed from Bangladesh, the newly elected mayor of Brighton. But here's the thing, he can hardly speak English. Yep, you heard that right. A mayor of a UK city who struggles with the basics of the language. And guess what? The community isn't too pleased about it.
You must look, what is your food? What is your body need? Your body, you are putting energy in an office, in a working place, but you're not giving enough for yourself. How could be you happy? You forget the materialistic life, you forget the car, big swimming pool, you big house. You must look after your health. Health is wealth. If good health, good life. No health, no point you having swimming pool. If you haven't got health, no point you are America or Bangladesh or England. Nowhere. With good health, this world is yours, this life is yours. Thank you very much. We'll talk another time.
Wow. Well, his accent was so strong, I didn't catch all of that.
Well, yeah, and you know, he's just saying basically good health is good, you know, life, and if you don't have health, what's the point of having a swimming pool? And I mean, it really wasn't. It wasn't Einstein. You know, it's just some guy saying, hey, you know, be healthy, and you'll have a good, happy life if you're healthy. But yeah,
was this kind of a campaign speech? I mean, what was the setting?
I have no idea, but that's just what you're getting from the mayor of Brighton now. That's the mayor of Brighton in the UK. For what it's worth, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, here's some of the real statistics, man, I was telling you about them in the UK.
We got about 20 seconds.
56% between 2018 and 2024 church attendance has gone up. That's the sharpest growth. Came from the youngest generation from 18 to 24 years old. So like in the last 4 or 5 years, Christianity is blossoming in the UK.
Yeah, it is. And you can see it on the streets. The St. George, you know, flags are everywhere. And they're not going anywhere, folks. Rule Britannia. Britannia, rule the waves. We'll be right back after this short message.
Never, 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 never a slave.
All right, we're on radio break, and you did get that in, Barry.
Well, I didn't want the dead air. That was the problem.
That's fine.
And, you know, I wanted to bring home, you know, CS's point. So.
Yeah, never be slaves.
No, never, 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 never be slaves.
Yeah, and if you like, I don't know, it's funny. I'm reading from Wikipedia, and it's like, Britons will never be slaves. And if you just listen to it in your head, there's like 3 nevers in there. It is, you know, Britons will never, never, never be slaves. You know, it's not it's too long of it's dead air if you just say never once. I don't know, Wikipedia, get your shit together.
Censored it. It was too strong. Came across too strong.
Exactly. But interesting lines, though, right? We will never be slaves. Like they say, oh, you took slaves, but you'll never, never, never be slaves, right? Yeah. Guess who sold us those slaves?
Well, yeah, I don't know what to say, man. I hope it goes well for the UK.
It's a tinderbox, man. It is. It's gonna go up. Sorry about that noise.
What noise? Huh?
White noise.
Time to get
Yeah,
some
I hope
more,
you like that song "Our House" by Madness.
Which song?
Our house in the middle of the street.
Yeah, "Our House." That's playing right now for you.
Oh, all right.
Sure.
Yeah, and then after that it'd be Iggy Pop, "Lust for Life," and that was the end of that one. And I will get us up on the next one here real soon, and we'll bring in. That's right, Willie. Willie leave. Willie leave or Willie stay? Are you still
That's
there?
Willie the fifth.
Will he leave the 5 times? Probably he will. In about 30 seconds, I'm going to switch us over to the other
I'm gonna hang
room.
up.
Huh? You're going to hang up? Okay. I'm going to end this meeting and then bring us up on the other one.
All right, man.
All right. Do 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 da 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 da. That's right. I'm doing the Simpsons. Let's go with Sunday 2 and bring up the folks. Willie. Barry.
Oh,
Hello.
who's this?
This is the producer. Mr. Producer.
Oh, diggity.
You know
diggity.
the Mr. Producer guy?
Sure.
Mr. Producer, I am here.
Do you have all my shoes?
I
I
got.
left my shoes at your house. Do you have my shoes?
No, I don't have your shoes. They didn't come in. You left them outside, and some guy stole them. I saw that through my.
Willie, we're gonna do you dirty tonight, man.
Hello, this is
Hello.
so good. This is so good. Hey, Willie, I just want to let you know, Willie, that I've got some falafel for you, man. And,
Falafel
you are relieved from all of your contracts, Willie. And I love you, Willie.
We love you, Willie.
I definitely don't love Willie. No, there's no love there. Willie is gay, and so I would see that he would potentially like to love me, but I'm just not that way, Willie. I'm straight.
Yeah. Don't you know that? Don't you know that Saul's super straight? He sings that song, super straight,
Absolutely.
super straight. That's
Super
right.
straight.
Super
But you
straight.
said you were attracted to Willie wearing his full black burqa. That you found that to be very
Oh,
attractive.
well, sure. That's hot for any woman.
I saw good. He's a low life, man. Low life. That's what that saw good is, man. Come on.
Willie, you're about to be exposed here.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Exposed, baby. Exposed.
You are the
Oh,
Willie.
Roger says
You are the
Willie
Willie.
and the Intergalactic Proctology Alliance.
The dirt's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
come out tonight, man.
Proctology
Yeah, we
Alliance.
got
huh?
probed.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we got probed and we liked it.
Uh-oh.
Ranger are coming, man.
Did they use Roto-Rooter?
Roto-Rooter. I know this. They're expensive. Cost me $800
yeah.
last time they came out.
Well, that's because you take them dynamic, massive poops.
all those veggie fruit smoothies every morning.
You're supposed to get them out like once a day in the morning, clear out your system. And, you can't wait up once a week and do it like that. You're just going to break your pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Can't have that.
Just ask Willie. If you don't know, just ask him.
He knows.
I'll just get some GMO worms to go through the pipes. That'll fix it.
But don't forget, if you eat those sandwiches he has with the worm-based hides in it, it's gonna wrap that turd up before it goes out.
Willie, what were you saying there? You asking something? Have we tried what?
Yeah, I was wanting to know, man. Hey, have y'all talked about that truck driver that killed them 3 people down in Florida?
Well, he was just flipping a YouTube on the. He was flipping a bitch on the highway. That's what he was doing, right? No big deal. No big deal. I flip a Yui on I-70 all the time.
Yeah, on a tractor trailer?
Yeah, no biggie. He was from Bangladesh. They do that there all the time.
Yeah, sidewalks are part of the road, don't you know?
Have y'all talked about it?
No, but we can bring that up.
Yeah.
If we have time.
Yeah, if we have time.
I don't know if we'll have time.
Oh, we gonna have time if you can get Martin to shut his mouth.
Oh my God! Really? Let me tell you. After house fire and all the other shenanigans that went on at my home this weekend,
Willie,
oh my God!
Yeah, Willie done set Mark's house on fire. He done did it.
I bet he did.
He done did it. Look at here. He done did it.
Done did it this time.
Got a restraining order against Willie.
Yeah.
We all
but
do,
the monkeys are always welcome. All right. So long as Mickey Dolenz and David is coming, they're fine. All right. Because I'll get the autographs and send them to my mother, and she'll love it. All right. But that Alex character, I don't know about him. All right, that's one guy. That's one monkey. It's a little too smart for my comfort zone.
I can't remember.
I heard you told Alex to go out in the woods with big shoes on and stomp around. And people were reporting Bigfoot prints all over the place in my area. Anyways, you got 30 seconds.
Well, did you do that? That don't sound like you.
I ain't got a clue, man.
See,
that's why I said Alex is too smart for his own good. Look out, here's your countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you're live and on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hour 2 of the Censorship Roundtable Radio Show, Sunday night edition for August 17th, 2025. And if you're a regular to the show, you know exactly what's about to happen here. But tonight, folks, we've got a little bit of a twist. Willie, are you there?
Yeah, man. Hey, how y'all doing? Come on.
We're doing good. Now, you talk a lot about other people and how bad they are.
Yeah, I ain't nothing but the truth, man.
You talk a lot about Aunt Mama Lou and how she's a crook. About how Saul and he's a crook. Hansel, he's a crook.
Yeah, man.
You don't like nobody. You call Lizzo a crook.
A crooked man.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever heard of James O'Keefe?
Yeah, man. I don't. Who?
James O'Keefe. O'Keefe Media Group. OMG. O'Keefe Media Group has done an expose on your farm. Yeah. And they've got an undercover secret whistleblower that we have exclusive access to on the show tonight. They're going to be dropping a major bomb on you, Willie. On you.
Hey, it's all a lie, man. Hey, I caught that rascal snooping around, man. He was getting information. I runned him off. Hey, and
James
for all
O'Keefe.
y'all out there, Hey, for all y'all out there in Radio Land don't know, hey, my name is Willie Lee. I run Willie's Worm Farm down in
Okay.
Waldo, Florida, and Willie's
Exhibit
Cricket
A.
Emporium up in Sandy Run, South Carolina, man.
Exhibit B. You heard
Yeah,
him
no,
admit it.
hey,
You
I
heard him
sell.
admit that he runs those two businesses.
Yeah, hey, I sell worm hot
just
dogs
admitted
and
your
pea
guilt.
jugs too,
Pea
man.
jugs. Oh, the
Yeah.
pea jugs. You just admitted your guilt. Willie, I've got a secret whistleblower on the air tonight who's going to expose everything you're up to, your dirty, dirty ways. Whistleblower, are you there?
I am.
Okay, why don't you tell us what you saw on Willie's Worm Farm? You worked both there and at the Cricket Emporium. I think the Cricket Emporium is even more shocking. So let's just start with the Worm Farm, where, if I'm right, you found worms living in their own feces.
That is correct, and much worse as well. I just want to make sure that my voice is disguised because Willie knows who I am.
Hey, they're called castings, not BCs. Castings. And we make a lot of money off of castings. Hey, and I know who that fella is.
What did they feed the worms?
No, I'll tell you what his name is.
Hey, no doxing of whistleblowers, Willie. No doxing of whistleblowers. What did they feed the worms down there?
I've got it on videotape. I've turned it over to the DOJ. He's taking feces from the worms.
Feces?
Yes, and he's putting it in the pea jugs, contaminating the pea jugs.
Uh-huh. Go on.
And if his shipment goes out, it could do serious damage to many people that are buying his pea jugs.
No.
And the worm hot dogs, Willie, you are feeding feces to worms to make worm hot dogs that people eat. You are busted, Willie.
Hey, it's nutritious, man. Hey, we don't waste nothing. Hey, that's just like when they slaughter hogs, man. Hey, they feed you everything from the snoot to the tail. They don't waste nothing, man. Hey, and that guy that's talking, hey, he's talking like he's an American. Hey, but his real name, I'm going to tell you what his name is. His name is Juan Julio Frances Gonzalez. That's exactly what his name is. He lives down there at 22348967 Julio.
Wait a minute now.
Way.
This is a secret.
No.
Willie, I can tell you are wrong.
Yeah, no, man. Wrong. Hey, that's one of Aunt Mama Lou's sisters' brothers. Hey, and he's just mad because I gave a bunch of her other sisters' brothers a free ride down to Alligator Alcatraz. Hey, I told him that I was coming for him next, and he begged me, man. He begged me to put him to work on the farm.
No. Okay, look, no.
No, man.
No. You're wrong, Willie. This is not who the whistleblower is.
No,
and I
man,
can prove it. Because Hansel, I mean whistleblower, you worked up at the Cricket Emporium. Now you're also a big part of the no. You're also a big part of Petty, an organization called Petty,
which is even worse, man.
People for the ethical treatment of insects. What did you see at the Cricket Emporium that horrified you and keeps you up at night to this day?
He's delimbing the crickets. And then smashing the chitin and making flour out of it, knowing that it's going to harm people. He's doing this on purpose, telling you it's the best of the cricket, and it's not. It's just the cricket legs.
Cricket flour.
It's like you're getting a chicken breast and getting a chicken leg. It's the same thing. It's crooked, man. He's as crooked as they come. I've seen it. I've been there. I got videotape of it. I've recorded him multiple times. I've turned it all over. It's just a matter of time before there's a grand jury.
The question is...
Grand jury. The question is, are you guilty? And the grand jury is going to answer it. Okay, that's the question. Are you guilty?
Legality, man, legality. It is all legal. And that fella right there, hey, Hansel, Man, I ain't heard from Hansel in a while. Last I heard from Hansel, he was on the same airplane with Joe Biden, and they were going to airdrop him back to where he come
Look,
from.
it's not Ansel and
No.
it's not Juan, whatever. You don't know who the whistleblower is. No one does, Willie.
Yeah,
He's
hey,
a
I know, man.
secret whistleblower. If you knew who he was, he wouldn't be a secret whistleblower, would he?
Yeah, well, hey, there ain't nothing, not a raggedy tag thing that he has said that is illegal, man. Hey, these are firm
Unethical.
and
Unethical, Willie.
proven
People are eating your worms and you're feeding them
business
manure.
practices. There's castings, man.
It's
Doggone.
not castings, it's poop.
It's castings. Hey, it's
Poop.
nutritious, man. Hey, nutritious. I'm telling you,
But
man.
people don't want to eat poop.
Hey, look at him. Hey, I got other issues, man. I got other things going on. Hey, I was studying
You got all
up.
kinds of issues, man.
Yeah,
You're
no.
right. You got all kinds of issues.
Yeah. Hey, look at here. Hey, this here. Hey, we was doing. Hey, right now we are currently doing. We was doing the Willie's Worm Farm Roundtable radio show that
No,
was
you're not.
coinciding with the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show.
Yeah,
Hey,
you just call your segment the Willie's
No,
whatever
no, this-
Roundtable Radio. Yeah, no.
Hey,
It's
hey,
my
this-
show, Willie. You can't just rename the whole thing to suit your needs. But go on
No,
with your unethical treatment of insects.
No, hey, right now, man, hey, I done turned over the reins to Aunt Mama Lou. Hey, 'cause she said that I was defaming her and calling her all kind of names and stuff. And I told her, I said, look at him. I said, I wasn't defaming you. I was just saying that you was involved in some of your sister's schemes, how they selling dogs and stuff. Hey, they get on the internet, man. Hey, they get these people and they say, look at here, I got a Chihuahua for sale. And then the people give them $1,000 for one of them little Chihuahua puppies, but they don't get the puppy, and then they disappear. And Aunt Mama Lou, she was facilitating that effort, man. Hey, that's what Aunt Mama Lou was doing. Hey, but then Aunt Mama Lou, she got what's all good, and they sent me what they call a cease and assist letter or something, man, and told me that I could. Yeah, they said I couldn't be talking bad about her no more, and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah, hey,
and I'm going to enforce that on the show, Willie. I don't want you talking bad about Aunt Mama Lou on the show.
Yeah.
She's not here to defend herself, and I think that's a scummy, low-life thing to do, talk about someone behind their back on the air.
Hey,
scummy, low-life thing to do.
She shouldn't do
Looking at you,
low-life
Willie.
stuff, though, man. Hey, but no, we've had to change the name of this here show. Hey, everybody out there in Radio Land, this right now is the Aunt Mama Lou Roundtable Radio Show. Hey, and I'm going to turn it over to Aunt Mama Lou here in a little bit, man, and she going to get on here and she going to talk to y'all. Hey, but here's the thing. Here's what's going on, man. Hey, I studied up. I looked at the internet, and there was a news story. And over in Denmark, hey, you can't make this up, man. This ain't no lie. Hey, there is a zoo in Denmark that is pleading to people to donate their animals to the zoo. Hey, this ain't no lie. Hey, y'all seen that? Hey, they want people to donate their pets to the zoo so the animals will have something to eat because they're short on funds and short on food. Man, this lady... Hey, this lady, she took her daughter's pony to the zoo to be eaten by lions. Look at
Oh, man, what did that girl do? What did that poor girl do that her mama said, we're going to take your pony and feed it to the lions at the zoo? That's the ultimate punishment.
I know what they did. They said, what happened was, I know what they like to say. What happened was, the pony was sick, but it wasn't like disease sick. It was like old and decrepit and everything, and they couldn't afford to put it down, and they couldn't afford to bury it and all this other kind of stuff, so they took the pony down there to the zoo to be fed to the lions. Yeah, you can't make this up, man. Hey, I'm looking at it from August the 11th of 2025, man. Hey, that was in the... Hey, that was in the news. Hey, look at here.
You know, Willie, I'll tell you though, man. I'll tell you though. I lost a cat, my beloved cat of like 12, 13 years, to a group of coyotes, right? And it was really saddening. It was hardcore. A few days later, I was out on the trail. I was riding my mountain bike on some trail way out, a few miles away from where I lived. And a coyote just sat. It was just sitting on the trail in front of me, about 150 yards, 100 yards. And I stopped there, and he and I looked at each other for a good minute, and then he ran away. And it was sort of like, it was a very magical moment in my life. And I share that with you, and you're just going to laugh at me. But go ahead. Anyway, I'm sharing a moment in my life.
No, hey,
And you
I'll
don't
wait
care.
for
You don't care.
I'll wait for
Barry,
the
you're crying. You're holding back tears over there, Barry. Mark is crying. He's holding back tears.
He's all like looking at that coyote, and that coyote was looking at you. Hey, you looking at the coyote, and then the coyote goes, meow. I've been funny. Hey, next time you tell that story,
Right.
the coyote went
Whistleblower.
meow. Hey, your
Right,
cat was
whistleblower.
good.
Whistleblower, tell us the secret, dirty secret behind Willie's glory holes. Okay, the whistleblower. Tell us the dirty secret behind Willie's glory holes.
No, coyote.
They're dirty, Willie. They're dirty.
No, I want to talk about hey, for all y'all out there don't know, hey, you talking about some glory holes, man. Hey, but I don't want to talk about glory holes right now. I want to talk about something else. Like, hey, for all y'all out there don't know, hey, I do have glory holes, man. Hey, well,
it's the whistleblower's time to speak. Okay.
Hey, that whistleblower.
All right, the pea jug. How about the infections in the pea jugs?
Hey,
the fact that you found contaminated pea jugs all over there, that he just says whatever and sends them off to people so they can, have them, and it's dirty, Willie, dirty. Infected whistleblower. What do you have to say about that?
I don't know about the glory holes, but what I do know is that he has 50 concubines that he's cheating on with his wife. I know it's not legal.
Hey, I know he's lying because I ain't got no wife. Hey, Aunt Mama Lou. Hey, Aunt Mama Lou ain't even my wife. Aunt Mama Lou, hey, what happened? Aunt Mama Lou, I'll tell y'all about Aunt Mama Lou. Aunt Mama Lou lives down the road. She brings me my mail.
She left you.
Yeah, she comes around every now and then, man.
She dumped you.
Yeah, now, hey, here's what happened with Aunt Mama Lou.
She said, don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. That's what she did.
Hey, Aunt Mama Lou used to be my sister. Then she was my mama. Then she was my wife. And what happened is Daddy married Miss Dorothy from down there at the church, and she had her daughter named Lou. And that was Lou was my sister then. And then Miss Dorothy got a case of the guy going, so Daddy married Lou. So that made Lou Daddy's wife, which made her my mama. And then Daddy got a case of the guy going. So I married Lou, and we called her Aunt Mama Lou. So she was my sister, then she was my mama, and then she was my wife. That's who Aunt Mama Lou is. For all y'all out there in radio land don't know, man. Hey, but this guy here that y'all got on there, he's a crackhead. I'm telling y'all, that dude that y'all are listening to, hey, he just proved that he was a lie.
Hey, he's a secret whistleblower from O'Keefe Media Group who went to your farm, and they're going to release it all, Willie, all of it to the whole world in the next 24 hours.
Hey, bad news is good news, man. Bad publicity, it's still publicity. Look, hey, Willie's Worm Farm and Cricket Emporium, hey, it needs all the attention it can get. So that fella right there is pretending like he knows something, man. Hey, I want to thank you. Hey, hey, but I got other stuff I want to talk about, man. Hey, here's a redneck word of the day. Soldier. Hey, it goes like this. It's like, hey, Bobby. Hey, I didn't know that you sold your truck. Look at that's funny. I sold your truck. Soldier, you get it? Look at him. Hey, here
I get it. Yeah, soldier.
Hey, twerk. Hey, here's another redneck word, twerk.
Twerk.
Hey, I got to go to work. I gotta go to work. No, hey, but I'm sitting there. No, hey, I got other stuff going on, man. Hey, y'all can't be sidetracking me, man. Hey,
well, I want to get the whistleblower back in here a little bit.
Hey,
because
that whistle.
You never put the seat down when you pee. Right?
Hey,
after you pee, you don't put it up and you don't put it down. You don't care.
Hey,
whistleblower, is that the thing? Is that the truth?
That is correct, and that's why his concubines are even leaving him.
Yeah, yeah. Oh,
See,
concubine, y'all know,
Willie,
y'all know I ain't never been with a woman. Ah, see there, he's lying. He's lying. I hope
that's
y'all ain't. I hope y'all
that's
ain't paying
sadly the
enough.
truth. I do know for a
Yeah,
fact that Willie is a virgin.
yeah, hey, that's a fact, man. Hey, except for my alien love, honey, man. Hey, she
You know that
burned
movie
me.
about the
Hey,
40-year-old virgin? Willie is the
she,
60-year-old virgin.
Yeah, hey, she's coming back, man. Hey, I was reading up about shark attacks, man. There's been a lot of shark attacks here lately, and look at here. I'm reading up about how to avoid shark attacks, and it says swim in groups, stay close to the shore, avoid swimming during dawn or dusk when sharks are most active, and the list goes on and on and on and on about how not to get attacked by sharks. Hey, you know what? Hey, everybody in Radio Land, here's how you not get attacked by sharks. Stay out in the water. Stay out in the water. That's where sharks live. Hey, y'all stay out in the water. Hey, and you won't get bit
Well,
by
come
no
on.
shark, man.
You're not going to say to everybody to never
Hey,
use the ocean because it's
hey,
just you might get bit by a shark. That's kind of
yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, no,
It's like you living in the swamps in
yeah.
Florida. You swim out in the swamp. You're not worried about alligator, are you?
Yeah, no, hey, but yeah, hey, but they don't list it. That's one of the ways to not get attacked by a shark is just stay out in the water. Hey, but look at him. Hey, real quick, man. Hey, y'all ain't giving me too many minutes, man.
Well, we got
Matter of
about
fact,
2.5 minutes now
no,
that you
matter of
mentioned
fact,
it.
what
So
y'all doing?
before the
No,
break, we've got
no,
2.5 minutes. So go ahead
yeah,
and
hey,
use your time well. Go
yeah,
ahead, go.
no. Yeah,
Go.
y'all taking up all my minutes, man. Hey, I want to talk about something,
I'm
man.
not taking
Hey,
up your minutes. What are you
yeah,
talking about?
no,
I
yeah,
said
no,
go 3
look at here.
times. Now you're
Hey,
complaining and using
hey,
your
this
time to
ain't.
complain about me giving you time.
Look at here. Hey, this ain't funny, man. Hey, this is a real thing that happened. Hey, but there are deeper rooted
We got 2
problems.
minutes left before the break.
Yeah, hold on, man. Just listen up already. Man, don't make me come on down there. I
I'm
get you.
trying to listen up. You won't talk about what you want to talk about. Well,
And
get to the point, Willie.
yeah, no, hey, there was these 3 people, man. There was this truck driver, and he was down there in Florida, down there on the turnpike, and he tried to make an illegal U-turn. Hey, and the van ran up underneath his trailer, and it was on a major interstate down there too, man. And they died. And you know that whole thing, it ain't funny. Ain't nothing
So
funny
wait a
about
minute.
it.
It's a
Yeah,
truck driver. He had a
yeah,
Class
man.
A. Was he legal? You said he was
Yeah,
an immigrant.
no,
What
yeah,
does
he
that
was
have to do with it?
Yeah, no, he was an immigrant, and that's the problem, man. Is they gave that man a commercial driver's license over there in the state of California, and it wasn't the
And
fact that what he done was wrong, but he should not have had a license to start with, man. And I've been looking into this. Y'all can
but Willie,
Googleize it.
all he did
Hey,
was flip a U-turn on
yeah,
I-75
yeah,
in heavy travel. I mean, like trucks
in
do
a,
that
in a,
all the time. You
in
realize
a
you're
truck,
going the wrong way down the
in
highway,
a
so you
I've got
flip a U-turn.
in a tractor trailer truck, man. In a
Now,
tractor
whistleblower,
trailer.
have you ever seen Willie do that?
Yeah,
I've got
no, hey y'all look at the video and stuff, man. Yeah, yeah, no, hey y'all look at the video.
Illegal
Hey,
turns?
Bullhorn Barry. What? Hey, Bullhorn Barry, you out
Yeah.
there, man? Come on.
Yes, I am, man.
Hey,
I've been listening to this crazy whistleblower. He says he's got more dirt on you, man. I want to hear
yeah,
what he has to say.
yeah, no, hey,
Well,
that
when Willie
whistleblower.
leaves the show, like after
Hey,
we go to break, Willie will be gone, and we can
he's
talk
a crackhead.
with the
Hey,
whistleblower for the next
hey,
half hour.
Bullhorn
Man,
Barry, hey, real quick, man. Hey, I got an idea, man. Bullhorn Barry, look at him. Here's
10 seconds.
a game show idea, man. Tennis ball with an arrow on a shopping cart in a grocery store, man. You push
All right.
me
On
in the
that note,
shopping
folks,
cart,
we're going to take
and
a
then I
break. We'll
take
be
the
right back
arrow
after
and I
this.
shoot it at food, man. Hey.
What? No flat Earth tonight? Oh my God!
Brickhead kept cutting
That
me
was
off.
good though.
break out the serious dirt about you there at the end, man. I had it. Here you go. I was going
The
to tell
concubines, though. Willie's got
Concubines for
credibility with the
for
concubines.
for the world's oldest virgin. Come on, get out of here.
No, No, hey, but that's a game show idea I come up with, man. Hey, I'm in a shopping cart and somebody's pushing the shopping cart down the aisle, and then I got me an arrow and it's got a great big basketball attached to the end of it, and I shoot it at stuff on the shelves, and whatever falls to the floor, I get to keep.
It's kind of like the state fair. I love it, man.
Yeah, hey, that's a good idea right there.
You know what I
doing it
miss,
with a
Willie?
tennis
I miss
ball.
Willie, I miss me some of that canned possum with sweet potatoes and coon gravy. Remember that?
Coon gravy,
Coon gravy,
yeah.
man. Yeah, buddy,
that
I'm
was
telling
good.
you, coon gravy. Hey, I wanted to talk about blood types and stuff too. Is what I was wanting to talk about.
Blood types.
And different people. Hey, different people got different blood types, and if you got a certain blood type, that means you're a draconian, man.
You're
O negative, right?
Hey, O negative. Hey, I studiorized it, man. Only 3 to 6% of the entire world population has got O negative. Did y'all know that? Look at him. I'm gonna smarterize y'all, man. By the time it's all said and done with, y'all gonna be smart.
Yeah, I believe it. I was married to one like that, and then she slithered away. Yep.
Yeah, hey, they draconians, man. Every last one of them. They draconians. They lizard people.
Don't tell that
Hey,
to Debbie Perkins, because she's O negative.
Yeah, hey, O negative. They draconians. They lizard people. Every last
If you
one
know
of
how
them.
to get a hold of James and he wants to join us for the next segment, please feel free. No, there's Barry here. You done run him off. This is like, we got maybe one more show with Barry before the end of the month, and he's going to be taking off Sundays for a while.
I'm gonna miss Barry. I miss Mama Lou. I miss Yotivation Nation. I miss Rizzo.
Well, why are you running everyone off, Willie? You just run them off.
Hey, that's all on you, man.
It's all
it's
on
on
him.
you. It's on you and your damn glory holes.
That's
you
all
push
on
the
you.
glory holes too hard on people.
No.
Sometimes they're just not ready.
It's
for that kind of
stalking. It's
experience.
the stalking. You know, and now he's coming over to my house and also doxing me on social media with his cousins and uncles and kinfolk. Oh my God! And I don't even think those people were even real.
Hey, man, they got technology out there now where they can switch your head and you can live forever. If your body dies, they can take your head and put it on another body. And hey, I just want to know, man, if they switch my head and put it on another body, and that body's got different fingerprints and different DNA and everything, is that still me? You know what I mean?
Well, it'll all change over. You know.
Yeah. Hey, I sit there watching them too, man. They can have a robot. They can take a fetus, man, and put it in a soup bowl and feed it all kind of nutrients and grow a baby. They got all kind of technology out there. Come on.
Come on. Come on, man.
Come on.
Fight.
Come on down.
Hey, but no.
What we need to do, Willie, is have you do something like The Price is Right on the Worm Farm or the Cricket Emporium. All right, where you have like your products out there, and you have to get one of us to guess if it's higher or lower. You know.
Yeah. Hey, they got a real
30
game
seconds.
show. It's called shopping cart archery, where you push your shopping cart into the corral from a distance. That's a real thing in Germany. Look it up. Shopping cart archery.
Willie, you have been called out by Petty for being unethical in their treatment of insects.
All right, here comes your countdown. Look out, cats, dogs,
all
and
I'm
kids.
I'll see you
5,
later, bro.
4,
Love you folks,
3, 2, 1, and you are live and back on the radio side right now.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to hour 2 of the Censorship Sucks Roundtable radio show, where we got rid of that insanity. I mean, whistleblower. I'm sorry, Barry.
Yeah.
He's crazy. He's crazy. Really, he's crazy.
That was, that whistleblower. It was just so revealing, man. I don't even know if I can see Willie the same after that.
Yeah. Him ripping the legs off of his crickets to help them get fatter.
Yeah, inhumane. Just
Inhumane.
horrific.
I want to kind of almost do the next half hour just on the worm farm and some of the abuses we saw in there from this whistleblower, because this is, I mean, it's going to be all over the news in the next 24 hours. And it's a huge lead. We got the whistleblower in here. We still have the whistleblower here, if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know, man. Half of me just wants to dive into that. The other half wants to cover some news. What do you say?
I mean, it's your show, so I just follow. I've got the whistleblower by my side. He'll come to the mic if you need him. If not, we can bring him back another show.
You just think it's my show. It's our show, bro.
Well,
but anyway.
But I mean, he said he had more dirt. So I mean, I'm sure it just goes on and on and on and on with him. I mean, the guy's deep into all kinds of shenanigans.
Yeah, well, and again, there's a giant expose that's coming out on this from O'Keefe Media Group that's going to expose Willie's Worm Farm as the fraudulent business that we always suspected it was, serving food to people that has been fed with manure.
Well, the worst part was that he was, working with a homeless shelter to feed them this stuff. It's just terrible. I mean, he's just a very bad person.
Yeah, very bad person.
Can you imagine?
Gosh, man, you summed it up so well there. Just a very bad person, right?
That's really low.
Yeah. All right, so let's go to, you want to talk about a really low person? A really, like the bottom of the barrel? The bottom of the barrel, dude.
Worse than Nancy Pelosi?
Worse, way worse.
Shifty Schiff?
No. This is a dude on the streets of Nashville who sees a homeless woman, 34, really high, and on the verge of passing out. She, in her last moment of clarity, she sees a church and goes up to the steps of that church in Nashville.
I know the story, but go ahead. It's horrific, yes.
And she's half passed out on the steps of a church, and a dude comes up and starts groping her. She pushes away, but she's so high that she passes out. He rapes her on the steps of a church in Nashville.
That is correct. He raped her literally to death. That's a real thing. Well, I mean, she was obviously, suffering from heat stroke, but he raped her to death, dude. There's no question about it. And
she died.
He's a monster.
Some EMT vehicle was going by in response to some other event and saw that happening, and they flipped around, flipped the lights, pulled up. He's trying to pull her pants up.
Yeah, he was trying to pretend like nothing was going on when the police came.
And she gets taken up and dies. Now, what was his name?
Muhammad. The double Muhammad. Yeah. And they said they did not know what his immigration status was, but I said, man, if I had to bet, I bet it's illegal. I bet you he is an illegal alien.
I'll tell you what, man, we talk a lot about England, right? 30,000 illegal immigrants have come over, on the boats over the last year. Okay. And we look at that number and say, wow, that's like nothing. You know what I mean? The Biden administration was letting 10, 15,000 across the border every single day. But you have to remember, a lot of what's going on in the UK right now is not illegal immigration. It's refugees. So they leave Afghanistan, Pakistan, Somalia, wherever they leave, they go through all of Europe, and they say, let's go to the UK because they'll treat us the best. And they get to the UK and they get these hotels, they get all the money, they get everything. They're set for a good year or two. They're set. And they don't have to work, they don't have to lift a finger, they don't have to learn the language, they don't have to do anything. So they're bored, they're there, they have completely different values and different structures, and they're just there bored, idle hands, do the devil's work.
Yeah, pretty much.
And so we focus on that illegals, but it's not illegals, it's refugees. Because as a refugee, you're supposed to claim refugee status in the first safe country that you land in. But they're going through dozens and dozens and dozens, and many of these people are going right through France to get to the UK to claim refugee status. And then they don't say, hey, this is an illegal alien. This is someone getting refugee status here, which is commendable. You want to give refugees refugee status. But you can't just say the whole world is a shithole, so we're going to give everybody refugee status. You know? Like, it's like anybody on the planet can just come here and claim to be a refugee.
And they could be bringing over illegal aliens under the refugee status. I mean, and think about it, too. The pandemic lockdowns caused a lot of people to want to leave because the pandemic lockdowns cost as many as 80 million lives. The lockdowns did, right?
Yeah,
From starvation. And it was actually estimated by the United Nations to be more like 360 million was what they were anticipating, which it's really horrible. So, you know, you're killing way more people through the lockdowns than the COVID ever did, or even the vaccine itself, the death jab, as I call it, and causing people to leave, which this is all a plan, people. Flood the West with all of these people that can't assimilate.
And Barry, you talk about 80 million dead, and you know what that was? That was a really successful beta program. That was their beta testing.
Oh, absolutely. Now, just to be all fair, the mainstream narratives have it around 3 to 5 million deaths, which is still more than the COVID, still more than the death jab. So it still caused the most death. But independent studies, which I find to be much more reliable and trustworthy, have it as high as 80 million, which is closer to the estimates that the UN had estimated would result from the lockdowns. You know, people would starve to death in third world countries. Then they'd be forced to come to other countries. It was all a big plan, part of the invasion. Don't doubt it for a minute.
Crazy stuff, man. It's crazy stuff when you think about it. When you really look at what they did, you know, what they did. It's just crazy. It's shocking that we put up with this as a country.
Oh, yeah.
As a world, as a planet. It's happening everywhere.
And then they pull back law enforcement intentionally, so it gets worse. Then you have this, you know, mass breeding of violent crime, not just from refugees, but just from people who want to take advantage of the situation. I started a new series on X and Truth Social and Minds.com, and every title is the same with a new story. The title is There Are Monsters Among Us. And one of the, that was one of them, the one we just talked about was one of the ones I posted today, but also posted another one of a lady at a daycare who just beat this child senseless.
Saw that.
And she's already out on the streets, man. It's just insane. I mean, it was his first day in daycare. And there's this picture of him on the Gateway Pundit, which you should look at. One of his eyes is just swollen shut. He's got half of his face is swollen, cut from bleeding, and his other eye is wide open, and he has those baby blue innocent eyes. And he's like, "Why would somebody do this to me? Why would this monster hurt me? I've done nothing to nobody. I'm an innocent, sweet child."
It's shocking. I saw that story as well, and it was very unnerving to see that kid just beat to a pulp.
And I could see the look in his eyes. He still had his innocence left, but you could tell it was being chipped away after what had happened. And it just, I mean, honestly, if I wasn't, you know, over the pandemic, I became so stoic because there's just no other way to survive. You can't get emotional about every little thing, or else you'll just go into depression and have problems. So you just have to be stoic. But man, that almost broke my stoicism right there. When I saw that, I had to fight back, not tearing up, because it just really hurt, man. Because you start hurting children, and it's a big problem with me.
Yeah. Gosh, I want to play this clip from Roseanne Barr. And I'm going to give a little bit of a language warning, okay? Because she does say a few words that are allowed on the air, but, you know, it's a language warning. But she's talking about the United States of America, and it just, Roseanne Barr, I never thought like 30 years ago, there would ever be a world where I would think Roseanne Barr was hotter than Madonna. Yet here we are. This woman is beautiful. Again, a little bit of a language warning. Nothing that should, cause any problems on the radio, but here we go.
They stole that election in 2020. They gave us a goddamn COVID so we'd send in those mail order ballots and all that bullshit, and the post office cheated too. Everybody in this country cheated us out of our president in 2020. They made us sick.
They made us sick.
That's a segue from what we just said, man.
I'm sorry.
Go, baby.
Yeah, that was a good video to play right after what we were
They
talking
overthrew the United States of America.
Yeah.
They overthrew the constitutional republic of the United States of America.
Yeah.
And then they covered it up with their January 6th bullshit.
Wow. I mean, let's go.
Direction.
She sounds like she's a rocker, man.
The first thing President Trump did, God bless that man, and I love him, and everybody knows it. I love him more now than I ever loved him, and I loved him pretty damn good.
Is that not?
Are you sure that was that wasn't Yotivation instead of Roseanne Barr? Come on now.
No, that was Roseanne Barr for sure, but it damn well could have been Yotivation
Okay,
Nation.
yeah,
Or
it
any
sounded
of
more
us,
like
or it could have been
Yotivation in
Bullhorn
Roseanne's voice. That's all I'm saying.
That could have been Bullhorn Berry, word for word.
Oh, yeah.
You know? Yeah. There's another thing on here that says, a clip from Joe Biden, quote, "We put together, I think, the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics," end quote, Joe Biden. Search it, folks. Set. We put together the most extensive and inclusive voter fraud organization in the history of American politics. Search it on YouTube. You will see the video where Dementia Joe said that before the election even happened.
Yeah. Well, when you're having cognitive decline, you make those Freudian slips and tell the truth every now. He did that actually quite often. Often he made many Freudian slips. We talked about it on the air. Even George Bush Jr. made a Freudian slip not too long ago, or at least during the shamdemic he did. And that was kind of funny as well, where he pointed the finger at himself instead of at whatever it was that he was pointing his finger at. I can't remember the exact quote, but we could bring that back up as well. But a lot of these people that have been doing dirty deeds, they slip up a lot lately. I don't know what, because this is a great season of disclosure, I would imagine, and things are just coming to the surface, and they can't even stop it even if they try. They just start confessing. It's weird, man. It's not Biden. It's not just Bush. A lot of people are making Freudian slips a lot.
Yeah, it is. Well, Joe Biden, though, that was just dementia. He actually was never supposed to say that we put together the biggest cheating organization, voter fraud organization in American history. It's just, that's why they never let him speak off the mic.
Maybe he thought he was in a meeting with Obama and that clan instead of with the public. It's like Hillary said, we tell the public one thing, but we tell all these corporate, big shots a totally different thing. Remember that? That's how right.
Yeah. You want to hear another viral clip? This is from a teenage girl it's on all over the internet right now. It's going crazy.
I haven't watched it, but I did see
No, Kings. Unless it was during the pandemic when all the mom and pop businesses were shut down, but the government said it was totally fine for all the major super rich corporations to continue operating. But I didn't really care because as long as I could get my Starbucks and go to Target, I was fine. No, Kings. except during the pandemic when we told people that they would lose their job unless they took a certain medical product, or they couldn't even go into certain restaurants without vaccine paperwork. That was crazy, but I didn't really care because I just complied. No kings. Remember when we also told people that they had to not visit their loved ones that were sick and dying in the hospital, the elderly, they had to die alone. That was really sad. We shut down the schools, completely wrecked the developmental learning for a whole generation. I mean, that was tragic, but we don't really talk about that because that's over now. New outrage, kings. Remember when we were told over and over if we got that medical product, we for sure would not get sick. And even though the people that got it immediately did get sick, we were for sure told they wouldn't spread it.
Right.
And then that gradually became, like 95%. Like 75%.
Yep.
Okay, there's no evidence it does what we told everyone it does, but we've already made everyone take it that would anyway. And no one really cared because it's new outrage time, no kings. And do you remember during that time, anyone who tried to bring attention to these issues on social media was censored or their account was banned? And limiting free speech at that time seemed okay to me. I didn't really think about it. No kings. You don't hate authoritarianism. You just hate what you're told to hate by the algorithm and the news outlets. Be so for real. I just wish the anti-authoritarian energy was present during actual tyranny from both the federal and local governments during that time. But no, of course not. And it's not authoritarianism if the majority of the people voted for it, both popular vote and electoral votes. People wanted the border secure. So settle down and start thinking for yourself. Turn off the TikTok. It's gonna be okay.
Wow. Just wow. Fire. No kings. Remember all the stuff they did. Remember it all. Because they just spat in your face and told you it was raining.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You, Barry.
I think it's sad that people actually trust the corrupt establishment. And I know people today that still tune in every night to ABC, CBS, CNN, one of the mainstream alphabet media, and just basically feeding them a lie. I would imagine that most of it is disinformation, although some of it could be misinformation. But either way, it's not the truth. And we have to realize, as we've said before, the greatest lie is the lie of omission. It's what they don't tell you. It's what they don't tell you that would change everything about your perception and your opinion if they did tell you that. So they only tell you one small piece of the puzzle, which isn't anything remotely close to what the full story is, which if you knew the full story, you certainly couldn't go along with their narrative that they're pushing. So it's sad to see these people like listening to the fake news and just sucking it in, as if it's truth, okay? Like I go to MSN and just scroll through it just for 5 minutes, and it's nauseating. Like all the lies. It's lies not just about the news, but it's lies concerning lifestyle. It's lies concerning spirituality. It's lies concerning everything that they talk about. There's just, if you're going to the mainstream media to get any kind of advice, you are going to be like a walking zombie.
Oh yeah, man. And a lot of them are paying big money, $200 a month, to have this stuff fed to them through their cable box. To be fed. You pay money to be brainwashed because you put money into the cable system, which props up companies like CNN.
Yep.
And MSNBC. If cable didn't exist, CNN would go out of business tomorrow. Their business model wouldn't work. If it just came down to like people want to get the news and we're going to go to social media and Facebook and YouTube and put out these little clips of the garbage BS that they put out, people would walk away. But when it's in their cable box, when you pay all that money to have that cable box feed you the news at night, you trust it.
They don't call it programming for nothing. They're programming your mind to perceive things a certain way.
That's such a great point. Programming, dude.
Yeah.
They call it programming for a reason.
Exactly. And it's sad, but you know what? All these people that I know that still do it, I still blab my mouth nonstop trying to break the condition.
Yeah.
And you know what? They just sit there and don't say anything. And just, I don't know if they're listening to me or not, but it doesn't
Yeah.
matter. I'm going to keep talking. No one's going to, I've had family members tell me to stop talking. And I won't
Yeah.
because you know what? The same people that are trying to censor you don't apply the same kind of standards to themselves. It's they want to tell you their opinion and what they think. But the moment you start talking yours, they want you silenced. So if you're going to not talk about things, then you don't get to have your opinion either then. I don't have to tolerate your opinion if you won't tolerate mine. That's just how it works, man.
Yeah. And honestly, if you watch Rachel Maddow or The View unironically, you're brainwashed. If you think that's actual news, you're brainwashed. You gotta go check, touch grass, man. Stop being so mad at the world. Because if you watch Rachel Maddow and you think it's the real news, you're gonna be pissed off. You're gonna be pissed. But it's not reality. That's the thing people need to understand. It's not reality. It's just hyperbolic BS. Donald Trump put out a truth today that said basically the left was Satan. They're evil. They have no good intentions. They're just full of crap. All they have is we hate Orange Man. That's all they have as a platform. And I think we started the show 2 hours ago on the same concept. Hate Orange Man. They have no platform.
Correct. Yeah. At least people are waking up to it. That's the good news, man. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I know people though, they just sit there in front of that boob tube, man, and it's like they go into a coma and just suck it all in, right? There's no filter with these people either. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I would encourage everybody to do. No matter where you get your news from, no matter what the source is or even how reliable it is, you need to use a filter. In other words, think for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be a person that critically thinks and critically analyzes things. And if you have some doubt, go look it up and research it. But I wouldn't go to Snopes, okay? Because they're pretty unreliable.
Yeah, Snopes fact checking. That's actually just a complete slap in the face to reality, is to have Snopes be their whole job is to fact check stuff so that the far left can point to them on every single point and say, yeah, Donald Trump is right. He lied 45,000 times. 40,000 of Trump's lies were just crap you guys piled on him. He's not guilty. He'd stand up and say, I'm not guilty of 34 felonies. And they'd say, well, that's a lie. Yeah. You did it all. I never, did anything with Putin in Russia. Lie. Yep. They just tack up those lies.
Their lies as well, man. Even when they can't come out with an outright lie, they just want to get you to question. They were talking about Heg Smith and how he supposedly, there's a big, it's going viral among the Democrats about how he supposedly doesn't want women to vote. Never said that. Supposedly someone in his church, the church pastor he goes to, might have said something along those lines, but he never. And they go, well, we can't confirm it, but we also we can't deny it because he hasn't spoken about it. So it's always just, let's demonize these people no matter what, even though he's never said it. The whole thing was fabricated.
And Trump was the first president to run on support of gay marriage, which shocks the left. It just shocks them. What do you mean? Barack Obama ran on that? Nope. Barack Obama never ran on pro-gay marriage. He was probably in a gay marriage, maybe not. Probably not. Who knows? I don't know. Do you know, Barry?
I think the rumor was that he, liked the bathhouses when he was younger. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
One guy that supposedly slept with him and did crack with him or something like that testified on. It's been a while.
Whatever. He was a hand-picked
puppet
candidate for presidency, How did he get into Colombia? Hard to say. Wayne Allen Root went to Colombia with him graduated in the same class. Never saw him once.
I was going to say, nobody has ever seen him that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
And how could he not stand out? He's a pretty smart, well-spoken, and nobody knows of him.
Then from Columbia, boom, Harvard Law, and the head of the Harvard, Review, the established, prestigious newspaper for the law community at Harvard. Editor of that, boom, comes out, and you're on a fast track to presidency at that point, right?
Mm-hmm.
But very suspicious. And I say to this day that to be a natural-born citizen means that both your parents are U.S. citizens. That's what they taught me in school when I grew up. That to be the president, you have to be, born of 2 American citizens. That way the King of England can't come over here and have like 20 kids with a bunch of, women, and suddenly one of them, you can just raise them to be the president of the United States. Right? Boom. Mm-hmm. Throw all the money in the world behind them, and we just, England just won the revolution back. We just cut our own president.
Well, civics books keep changing. They're nothing like they were when I was a kid. I remember reading one not too long ago. It said that they want the president to go beyond the Constitution to form a new world order, and that was like a pretty close to a direct quote.
Yeah, but folks, we are about out of time. We should probably cut it here. We love you all. Thanks so much for listening. This is the Censorship Sucks Roundtable Radio Show. And Barry, in the last few seconds we have, where can people find you online?
Find me on X, Bullhorn Barry.
Awesome. Go there, sign up for the program. It's going to be an awesome thing. Folks, we'll see you on Wednesday night when our Dragus Productions brings you, 4 or 5 hours of amazing content right here on this channel. We'll see you there.
I've got dirt on Willie.
All right. Great show, guys. Sorry we had to, we're probably going to get cut off anytime now. Do we want to do an after show?
Yeah. I'll do a little bit.
I'm cutting out, man. I still got back.
Barry, come on, man. You're cutting out for forever next month, man.
Maybe the last show I will, but I got in the backyard. I got to clean up. I got to pull in the car. I got stuff to do, man.
All right.
And I got
all day to do it.
I got to get up 4:30, man. 4:30, 5:30 comes early, dude.